Well, a lot goes into this show, including trying to figure out what the weather is going to do. When we have to go to tracks that are really far away, it can be a gamble sometimes.
And that was the case on Thursday, but fortunately, after Bedford, Susquehanna, and Port Royal canceled, Marion Center was able to get their show in, and here's some highlights from the evening. Zach Myers in the black number 1 and the 5L of John Lee made up the front row of the strictly stock feature. Nick Erskine in the black number 5 works the inside of Lee to take over second. Chris Hickok in the 84 then tries his luck against Lee heading into turns 3 and 4. Lee clears Hickok exiting 4, but Hickok makes a charge into turn 1 where there is some contact, with Hickok taking over the third spot. But a caution would negate the pass, and there would be 10 total for the 20-lap race, the last being with 5 laps to go. By then, the number 2 of Nick Fulmer had made his way up to second. Lee held third, with Erskine racing him for the spot. On the last lap, Lee caught Fulmer and passed him going into turn 3, while Zach Myers went on to claim the victory in the strictly stocks. Myers led flag to flag, with Lee beating Fulmer to the line to take home the runner-up spot. Erskine and Ryan Caldwell finished in the next 2 positions. In the 35-lap super late model feature, the 61 of George Lee took the lead from the pole position. Jason Covert in the 72 falls into line for second, just ahead of the 20 of Sean Clore. A spin by Gabe Schaefer would set up this restart with 3 laps down. Lee protects the inside groove as they get back underway. Covert is able to keep Clore at bay, while Andrew Gordon in the 18 joins the mix. Clore is able to maintain the third spot going through 3 and 4. DJ Troutman in the number 7 would do a 360 in 3 and 4 to bring out another yellow flag. On the restart, Lee again cuts it low to protect the bottom. This time, Clore is able to clear Covert for second, but a spin by Josh Kunzelman leads to a single foul restart. Covert gets his position back and would hold it for the next 2 laps. That is when Covert was able to catch Lee and work to his inside. They are about dead even as they exit turn 4 and drag race down the front stretch. Then Covert is able to secure the spot by the time they get through 1 and 2. A lap and a half later, Clore also works inside of Lee to move into the runner-up position. We would have 6 more cautions during the remainder of the race, which kept Clore within striking distance of the lead, but he could not prevent Jason Covert from taking the checkers. Jason, congratulations on the win. While Lee was out front, he was protecting that bottom on those restarts, but once he opened it up, you were gone.
Yeah, the car just came to us. The guys did a good job. First time ever being here. It was had a lot of help from Brian Doherty at Integra Shocks and Lynn from Hoosier. So it was a good run. George just looked like he started hazing his tires a little bit, and I just happened to things come our way and took advantage of it.
They said you got some advice now. Was there any tracks? I mean, you've raced a lot. There has to be some tracks you could kind of compare this to.
It's to me, you race a little bit like Muskegum, Ohio. It's a little bit shorter, but the way I drove it, I kind of just used that rhythm that we run at Muskegum, and it's just a little bit smaller. Muskegum, you can holler down in there a little harder, but I enjoyed it. It was, with Bedford canceling, it was a last-minute decision, and the guys called me at work, and I said, well, I'll try to get there, and I got here right up, a little after 7, so it was a good decision, trying to run this car a little bit more. So I think we're starting to get things where we want to be, and maybe the driver's doing okay.
Yeah, now we're accustomed to seeing you driving that 43 for a number of years, but it seems like things are really gelling with this team this year.
Yeah, Barry, gave me a great opportunity when I raced for him, and he wanted to retire. He turned 70, and these guys gave me another opportunity to keep racing, and they're from the Eastern Shore, so it's a pretty good jaunt for them tonight. But they've done a fantastic job giving me really good cars. They work on it, and all the credit has to go to them, and Pete and Lisa and Roland, forgive me, and then the whole crew. I mean, it's nice to come in the cars really prepared well. Very, very fortunate to be able to get in a ride of this level.
So it's Jason Covert with the win in the super late models. Sean Clore was second. Andrew Gordon would come home in the third spot. Doug Glessler finished fourth, with George Lee in fifth. In the street stock event, Nate Smith in the 28, who had won most of the features this season at Marion Center, led until just after the halfway point of the race when a caution allowed Ray Hickok Jr. in the 48 to close on him. Hickok works under Smith in 1 and 2, and that's when Smith loses the handle of his 28 machine. As Hickok pulled away from the field in the last couple laps of the race, Dan Smil would take second from Eric Lingenfelder in the 15, while Ray Hickok Jr. goes on to victory. Ray, congratulations on the win. Now, it's not like this win was a surprise. You're one of the front runners here.
Yeah, we usually run the top 2 here, following him, but we figured out something tonight and showed it.
Well, now, there were a lot of cheers first when he spun out, a lot of cheers for you winning. Is that more you have a fan club or more he's not liked here?
Probably he's not liked here because he's pretty much dominant anywhere he goes, so people like seeing different people win.
Is there some kind of rivalry between you two?
No, not that I know of.
Well, before we go, you want to give a shout out to anybody, maybe your crew?
Yeah, I gotta thank my dad, my uncle for putting all the work into this thing, my family for helping out whenever they have the kids when we're coming to the races.
Smil held off Lingenfelder for second. Joey Zimbardi and Andy Burns round out the top 5. Well, talk about a twist of fate. The team gets rained out at Bedford Speedway and goes, let's try Marion Center, and they go and pick up the victory. Jason and that team has really gelled this season.
Yes, well, next we go to State Line Speedway, where we met with one of the new co-owners. We also have highlights from that evening. Keep it here.
Raceway 2014. For tickets, call 1-800-RACEWAY or visit PoconoRaceway.com.
Don't you wish you could just escape sometimes? Now, get away with the Seagram's Escape Spa Day Getaway. One lucky winner and a guest will get the ultimate spa treatment from the spa at Kenley and Belfont. Just be 21 or older and register at these Seagram's Escapes retailers: Jack's Six Pack, State College; Denny's Beer Barrel Pub, Clearfield; Big Valley Beverage, Reedsville; Strickler's Beer and Ice, Huntington; and Boulevard Takeout, Lewistown. Color your summer with the Seagram's Escape Spa Day Getaway.